Hi everyone, I have decided to be a little bit daring today and colour this little cute Cupid. This is from Agotapop's February Tiny's on Shelf series, and I just felt it would be quite a good page, so I'm trying to straighten it up and get it in the middle to do for Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day. And there was lots of other more simple designs like this, but I just really fancied having a go, and I thought I would just have a go with you. It's daring. It's but let's go. I think I'm going to start with Cupid's wings. I want to do them gold, so I'm just having a little look at my pencils to choose some colours. I'm using Black Widow's pencils. We've got our nice skin tones in here and a nice selection of other colours as well. I'm probably going to mix it up a bit between my sets, but I'm going to start with the dark brown for my gold. So you can use any dark brown pencil that you have. A burnt umber, something like that would be good. I have picked the Huntsman. This is from the Black Widow, the spider set, and we're going to do the top of the wing here. So quite a long bit, a dark bit there, and then just a gentler bit further down like that. And here, so we're going to do gold wings, and you notice I'm already procrastinating doing the skin tone by leaving it for a minute. I have been practicing my skin tones a little bit more. I'm going to put a little strip of dark here. Yes, I've been practicing for quite a while. I find Prismas is the easiest for skin tone for me, probably because the instruction book I used Prismas. But Prismas don't work particularly well on this sort of copy paper that I'm using here. So I'm going to do a bit of dark down here too. That's what I was pondering. So I can't use them for this. So and also such a fine detail. So I thought Black Widows will be good. But you can use whatever, as I say, any. For this gold, it's simply a really dark brown to start with. I might go back and do a little more of that later, but now I want a sort of mid-tone. The foxy brown is good. I know I'm still within the same set at the moment. I may move a bit, we'll see how it all goes. So we have, as I say, the foxy brown, which I've just sharpened. These are getting quite small, aren't they? And you want to go over the dark brown and then just extend your brown area down a little bit, like that. Now here we've got a bit less space because we're going to be, that wasn't dark enough for my liking, because we've got our bit of shine is going to sort of go through there, whereas here our shine is going to be on the end. So we need to be aware of that. And just bring our browns gently inwards. I'm not going to do any more here. That's just my shadow. Well, unless I add to it at the end with just more of the same, what's it called? Huntsman. Dark brown. There we go. And then we want a sort of light brown, yellowish ochre, gold brown ochre type colour. That's quite a nice colour, but I don't think it's quite right. I'm just looking through what I've got. I'm wondering about that. Might not quite be right. I'm thinking maybe a mustardy type tone, or the egg yolk. I think I'm going to use the egg yolk, and we might end up using all, although we've got this, got the stink bug. I think I'm going to use the stink bug and then maybe not. Let's just put the egg yolk back for now, so I'm going to get myself in a muddle. I think the egg yolk is a little bit too orangey for what I want to achieve. Now there are different shades of gold that you can put together, so there we go, stink bug. You can pick from a variety of colours, but I know what I'm trying to make, so that's why I'm being a little bit careful with my colours. So here I'm just going over what I've done before and just extending that colour a little bit, trying to bear in mind that we've got a tiniest gap there and we need to put another colour in. It doesn't matter too much because you can just go over the top. There we go. You can see how I'm going to try and make it look like it's shiny, but my very final yellow needs to be quite bright. I don't think the egg yolk is right. Maybe the banana, but what's this one? The yellow sand. I think the yellow sand might be good. This is from the scorpion set. But if you have only got the spider set, then your banana or your lemonade is going to work. I'm just going to grab my brush. We've got a lot of pencil bits. There we go. So here's the yellow sand. I'm going to go over everything. Just fade towards that end, leave a tiny bit of white at the end of this bit of the wing. Make sure you going over everything helps it to blend and also lightens and brightens. I've said that many times before. I'm going to deal with each little bit individually now, just to make sure that I leave that white, a tiny white bit, and hopefully it will look like these wings are made of pure gold, which would make them quite heavy, wouldn't it? I'm not sure whether Cupid really does have gold wings, but I think they look quite nice with red, so it works quite well. Let's have a look. I think this one has got a little bit too much white. There we are. I don't think I'm going to leave that there. I don't think I'm going to fiddle anymore. Now, I'm wondering what Cupid is wearing there. Is that a nappy? Is that a pair of pants? I mean, like knickers, underpants. Sorry, for those of you in America. You might wonder what on earth I'm talking about. I'm going to do the hair next. Now, I've got a skin tone here called leather, which looks quite a good hair colour for our Cupid, because he's sort of blonde, but we don't want to confuse him with the gold. So I'm thinking if I do the darker hair areas with this, so each of these little curls, I'm going to do each end with a bit of this colour, and then sort of fade it towards the middle a bit. And then we'll get a sort of, I think in these gaps I'm going to have to just put it down quite intensely. And then I'm going to get a yellowy colour and finish it off. And what I'll do with that is go over these curls but not these gap bits, because those are sort of in the shadow, so it'll be a bit darker, I think. He's so cute. Let's hope I can do him justice. I'm also wondering about those eyes, because they're just circles. I'm not sure what to do. I've got an idea. Might try. So we'll see. I was thinking if I put a little black dot in the eye for like the pupil, but not leave some of it white, it might work. So now I need a lighter colour for the sort of yellow. The yellow we have in the skin tone is almost neon. I'm not going to use that. I'm thinking maybe the lemonade. I think so. Is it a bit too yellow? Yeah, hang on. let us, whoops, put him back in the middle. Let us try the gold. It's quite pale. Let's try that. So I'm going to go over what I've done already and just extend the colour into the centre. I'm not going to leave any white because I don't think there'd be like a really obvious shine on hair. Remember, I'm not going over the top of those bits that are sort of in the shadows. Oh, it looks so sweet. You know, when I was little, I used to have very curly hair, still do. And my mum kept a little curl when I had my first haircut. I think she's still got it somewhere. There he is. Now, should we do his face, his skin tone? I'm a bit frightened, but I'm going to go for it. Now, I want to start off really pale and then build up colour. I find that's much, much better and much less scary. So I'm going to start with the colour called Musk. Sorry, it's called Murk. I can't read. Murk. And there it is, quite dark. Quite light, I mean. And I'm just going to put a light layer of that on his skin. And then I can start to think about... Now, his nose is very flat. It's just this little line. But I'm not sure that I want to emphasise that too much, because I think if he has a big nose, he's not going to look so cute. So I may just ignore that bit. So I'm putting this fairly evenly, as even as I can, all over him, like that. And then we'll get a slightly darker colour to do some shadows and things. This is called Rust, but it's just all more of a darker pinky colour. I'm thinking, you know, under here, you can just start to bring in, this is actually significantly darker. But if we put it on the edges of the leg and then scumble it in towards the middle, leaving a bit of a paler section in the centre, it gives him a bit more shape to his leg. It is a significant brighter colour compared to the last one, but that makes sense, you know. Now, I do find it's easier to colour skin tone looking at your own skin, so therefore I tend to usually just do white skin like mine. Well, I mean, I always find white a confusing word because my skin's pink, not white, but anyway. It makes sense in some contexts, but in others, like in the context of colouring, it's a bit weird because it isn't that colour, but anyway. But I did try a darker skin tone last month and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I always think darker skin tones are so much prettier than me and my skin. And in fact, I saw a friend of mine who has got beautiful dark skin, and I was telling her how had been doing some art with darker skin tones and how I thought her skin was so beautiful. And she was very flattered, which was nice, but I was just, you know, saying what I thought. But she was wearing a mustard yellow hat, and it just looked so super with her skin. I used to like wearing mustard yellow hat, I have to say. When I was a teenager, I thought I looked pretty cool. Anyway, we won't, it was like a beret with a matching scarf. I thought I'd go out to town on a Saturday thinking I looked really cool. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, and I said, you know, but with her dark skin tone, it just looked fabulous. But anyway, eyes. I am going to get black. I've got this colour called Midnight in the skin tones, but it's a black. I'm going to try and sharpen it to the finest point that I can. There we go. Oh gosh, I've got a bit. And put a dot. There we go. Oh, now I'm wondering whether to put a little tap touch of blue around that dot like an iris. That's what I'd like to do. It's so fine, but I'm going to try with a oops, this blue is the Blue Heaven from the Scorpion set. I'm just going to try with that and just put a little bit just sort of around and over that black. You're going to need it sharp. Right, just going to sweep away. I keep getting bits everywhere. Right, so Blue Heaven, nice and sharp. It's gone all squiff again. Okay. Can't really see what I'm doing. I think that's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to fiddle with it anymore. Right, the heart that he's carrying and the other hearts. Want some red? We've got lots of lovely reds in this set. Across all of these sets. I think I am going to use the blood red from the Scorpion set. It's not a nice name, but it's a very nice red. I find across the sets that I've got, there are lots of reds, and some of them are very, very similar. So if you've got the blood diamond or the what's that one, the deep red, any of those would work. And I'm just going to want it to be a little bit darker on the edge. Let's get around this hand. I might actually do different reds for the different hearts, just because I can, because I've got lots of reds. This one's quite pink actually, ish. I mean, it's not pink, it's obviously red, but I mean, oh, sun's just come out. Wow, that's bright. Thinking I quite like just blocking this in as dark as I can. I just coloured over his little arm. And just to make it really solid and red. I can't remember what pencils I used for my last picture on this page for the rose. Pretty sure it was just a polychromos. But these go down quite well, as you can see. So yes, I'm going to use the blood diamond for this red here. This is from the Cobra set. I've just nudged them again. And you can decide how different this is. I think this is slightly darker. There we go. Well, it is darker, isn't it? And I'm going to use the deep red, and we'll see. And this is also from the Cobra set. We'll see how dark this is. I know in the Black Widow set there's a watermelon, which is quite pink, and a ladybird red. That one's more similar to that, isn't it? Now, what about his sort of nappy? What colour should that be? Is it a nappy? I sort of think it is, and maybe it should just be pure white. I want to do his cheek. I want to do him a little pink cheek. So I'm going to grab this colour. This is the Fairy Floss. It's pink. It's from the light skin tone set. And I'm thinking, where would he have a little blush? Here. Maybe that's a bit high. There. I don't know if I've just wrecked it or not. I think it's okay. There he is. Now he has got eyebrows, but I decided I don't think I want to do much with that. But what I am going to do is grab the greythorn. Now this is for a little bit of shadow on his skin. This is from the dark skin tones, but under his chin there'd be a little bit of shadow coming down here. I Just want to put that in and under the arm there. I'm fiddling now, doing a bit on the legs too. I think we are probably done with our little Cupid. Yeah, I don't want to colour in his little nappy. I want to keep it white, but what I might do is actually get a white and colour it white. I barely used my white, and I don't know whether the paper is actually white or not, so let's colour it white, and it may not make any difference at all. This is the Casper, which is the white from the Black Widow set. Just gonna try. God, it's decided to shred bits everywhere. Now if you go over the black, it will definitely pale down, but that isn't what I want. I just want it to look a bit whiter than the paper. But it is white paper, so that's a bit tricky. I don't know if that's made any difference. I do have like a Prismacolor white here. Might try that. The problem with Prismacolor is they can smudge ink, like printer ink, so I have to be careful because I don't know whether mine is a smudgy one or not. But there we go. I'm going to leave that there. I think he is done. So there is our little Cupid. She draws so cute, doesn't she? So I haven't done a lot with this skin tone. I wanted it to be fairly pale. I am learning, as I say, with skin tones, and I do tend to normally do it a little bit darker. But with his little blonde hair and everything, I just wanted him to be quite pale. It's cute. But I am planning on eventually being able to be confident enough to do you a skin tone tutorial, proper one, you know, like in a Hannah book or something. But at the moment, not yet, not ready yet, but I'll get there. Anyway, for now, thank you for watching. Have a super Valentine's Day, whether you're on your own, with someone else, with family, with friends, with partners, whatever you're doing, whether you're at work, probably, or whatever, just have a super day. Just spread some love to those around you. Anybody, you know, a smile, a kind word, anything, it all helps, doesn't it? Helps make the world a lovelier place. Thank you so much for watching, and happy colouring.